In the 16th century, many feudal lords all over Japan fought against one another, struggling to achieve unified Japan. There was one unique warrior in the area called Owari, which is around the present Nagoya. His name is Oda Nobunaga. His ideas are so unique and extraordinary, many people around him didn't understand what he was thinking about. Some thought he was crazy, or even stupid. There was another feudal lord called Imagawa Yoshimoto in the area close to Oda's territory. His territory was much larger than that of the Odas. He thought he was ready to unify the areas all around his territory. In the third year of Eirok, which is 1560, Imagawa Yoshimoto decided to invade Oda's territory. Too many eyes. Oda's chance to survive the battle was nothing more than a miracle. It was utterly impossible. The Imagawa's army consisted of 30,000 soldiers. On the other hand, the Odas had only 3,000. To Imagawa Yoshimoto, this battle seemed just like a giant stepping on and crushing a tiny insect on the road. It seemed as if he was saying, "We are marching toward the capital of Japan to win the leadership of this country. We are the champion. You are in the way. Stay away if you don't want to be finished." Day after day, night after night, the Odas had meetings repeatedly. Some officers said, Master, we can't possibly fight against this huge enemy. We'll be destroyed. We should avoid fighting. So please surrender. Please surrender. Other officers argued, "What are you talking about? Imagawa Yoshimoto is the guy who killed my parents. They abducted, raped and murdered many girls in our villages. We can't forgive him. This is a chance to make him pay for it. We must fight." Repeated meetings seemed to go nowhere. The leader of the army, Oda Nobunaga, just listened to the meaningless shouts from both sides. He didn't say anything, but the enemy was approaching. Oda Nobunaga was running out of time. Some people were really frustrated. What is our master doing? What is our master thinking about? What is his decision? When everybody was stressed and nervous, Nobunaga presented one idea which upset and disappointed many people. "Hey everyone, let's have a dancing party. We should invite all the farmers. All the farmers and fighters should have fun. Hey, arrange for some musicians and dancers. Come on everyone, let's dance and dance." Nobunaga himself appeared in the party. He climbed onto the stage and started dancing happily with farmers. He shouted like a wild animal, and he laughed and laughed. "Everyone, come on, let's dance and dance." There were some spies sent from the Imagawas. They saw Nobunaga dancing. Wow, that's the leader of the Odas. Oh. So the rumor was right. He is stupid. Look, the enemy is approaching, but he is only having fun. It seems he wants to hide his fear of being defeated by his large enemy. Hey, this is going to be our easy win. Of course, Nobunaga is not a stupid man. He pretended to be stupid. He had secretly dispatched many spies deep into the Imagawa's territory. He had detected the route of the Imagawa's army. He had gotten detailed information about every and single movement of the Imagawa's army. He knew exactly where Imagawa troops were coming from. Now, the enemy was at the border between Owari and Mikawa. From the commander at the fortress near the border, repeated requests for backups had reached Nobunaga. Master, we must fight now. Please give us an order. If we don't fight now, we will lose that fortress. We will lose excellent soldiers. So please give us an order. We must fight. Relax. Come on, calm down. It's no use getting restless now. Don't waste your energy. All we have to do is relax. Save your energy. for the major battle. Okay, go home and go to bed. Nobunaga himself went into his bedroom and started to sleep. People around him were really worried. What is the master doing? What is he going to do? Does he have a plan? Is he really going to fight? Or is he just a stupid man, as some people gossip? Of course, he is not a stupid man. Everyone, please imagine. If his 3,000 soldiers crash head-on with the enemy of 30,000, of course he has no chance. But this battlefield, Okehazama, is not a large flat land like Sekigawara. This is a place with many hills and valleys. The large army has to proceed between these hills and valleys. The whole army becomes a long curved line. If Nobunaga's small fortresses start attacks and retreats, attacks and retreats, attacks and retreats, attacks and retreats from many places at the same time. The headquarters of the Imagawas have to add additional backups and send more soldiers to each front. The main unit of the enemy becomes smaller and smaller. If Nobunaga knows where the main unit is, he has the chance to win. In the middle of the night, Nobunaga woke up. He flapped away the cover. He ate one bowl of rice and sat on the chair. He picked up a small drum and put it on his right shoulder. He started beating the drum and singing. The summer day was just about to break. The sky in the east was already turning slightly lighter. His voice clearly echoed in the cool morning air. 人間50年下天の内をくらぶれば夢幻のごとくなり Human's life spans no more than half a century. Compared with the infinite life of the universe, it is nothing more than a blink of an eye, a fragment of illusion. Nothing is eternal. Nothing is eternal. Nobunaga seemed to know the Buddhist view of the world. He also seemed to know the inevitable struggles of human beings, and he was willing to accept them. He kept saying, nothing is eternal. Nothing is eternal. He sang the song 3 times. As soon as he put on his armor and sword, he jumped on the horse and said, "Go!" Only his 6 closest members ran after Nobunaga. The news spread. The master has left. The master is heading for the battle. The battle is beginning. By 10s, 20s, and 30s, all the soldiers and officers ran after Nobunaga. They all knew where he was going. He was going to Atsuta Shrine, the large shrine that can hold thousands of soldiers, the shrine that keeps the national treasure, the sacred sword of the imperial family. Now, the entire army is at the shrine. They are all ready to fight. On the early morning of May 19th in the 3rd year of Eiroku, the spearhead of the enemy, Matsudaira Motoyasu, penetrated into Oda's territory. Oda Nobunaga shouted at his men, "Listen, everyone! We are all protected by our guardian deity and the spirits of ancestors. We must fight against this evil enemy, Imagawa Yoshimoto. Don't worry, we will win. We must protect the sacred sword of the imperial family, everyone. Just finish this enemy." Nobunaga ordered all the officers to deploy their units. Soldiers, encouraged by Nobunaga's voice, shouted and dashed toward the enemy, just as carefully planned. Nobunaga had sent small portions of soldiers to each fortress to start attacking the enemy from all sides. Nobunaga himself remained in the main unit, consisting of 2,000 soldiers. On the other hand, Imagawa's main unit marched on, solemnly and quietly. The long line of soldiers never seemed to end. What a large army! How can Nobunaga even make a single effective strike against this huge enemy? It seemed clear. Nobunaga had no chance. Now, at one of the fortresses of the Odas, There were no more than 500 soldiers. The fortress is called Marune Toride. The commander is Sakuma Morishige, a long-time loyal supporter of Oda Nobunaga. Listen, everyone. The one facing us is a small guy. His name is Matsudaira Motoyasu, the one who was once captured by us, the one who was once our hostage. This guy is now manipulated by our dirty enemy Imagawa Yoshimoto. Don't worry, he is nothing, he is weak. We can easily defeat him. Show him our strength and the spirit of Owari Samurai, everyone. Just finish this enemy! The 500 soldiers pushed themselves deep into the center of the enemy. They were exposed to the merciless attacks of arrows. Arrows passed by the running soldiers, making threatening sounds. Of course, some arrows hit soldiers, making them cry and fall down. They never stopped. Morishige's soldiers had no fear. Sakuma Morishige repeated the attack twice, 3 times, 4 times, even more. Each time the enemy was pushed back so far away, but they kept coming back with additional backups provided by the headquarters of the Imagawas. Hey, isn't our backup coming yet? I have repeated requests, but I have heard nothing from our headquarters. Okay, don't rely on any help. Our master, Oda Nobunaga, is a genius. He has his own strategies. Don't rely on his help. All we have to do is fight here. Hey, I'm going to lead the rest of us and have the final attack on the enemy. Stay here. As soon as you hear of our defeat, go back to the headquarters and tell our master about our death. Sakuma Morishige fought severely against the enemy, but he was hit by an arrow and he died. Units in other fortresses started attacking the enemy from all sides, just like Morishige. Several commanders fought well and they died. What is Nobunaga doing? Is he going to continue this ridiculous fight until the last soldier is eliminated? But the Oda's army was not just being beaten by the enemy. They had to set up an elaborate trap against the Imagawas. They had trained the local farmers and landowners to entertain the Imagawas. When the Imagawa's army came closer, the local landowners and farmers approached the Imagawas to talk to the officers. They pretended to hate Nobunaga. Officers, please listen to me. Oda Nobunaga is such a terrible guy. He is cruel, he is violent, and he is stupid. Yes. We are all happy that the leader, the master of the Imagawas, will take over these areas. We welcome you. We support you. So please defeat the Oda's army. Don't worry, Oda's army is not so strong. You can easily defeat them. We have prepared lots of food and drinks for you. So you can relax and have a rest and enjoy our food and sake. Don't worry. Just a small part of your army will be enough to destroy all the Oda's fortresses. Of course, you can do that. So please enjoy our food and sake. Please tell your master as well to enjoy our food and sake. Somehow, surprisingly, the officers of the Imagawas trusted them. And they told the story to Imagawa Yoshimoto. Yoshimoto also believed them. He decided to take a rest and eat lunch at a safe place somewhere. Master, the commander of Marune Toride, Sakuma Morishige, has died. Another commander, Ino Sadamude, of Washizu Toride, has died too, master. The enemy is coming. Shut up. I know that. Each commander has done great jobs. All the dead commanders are my close friends from my childhood. All the dead soldiers are our important men. They didn't die for nothing. Their attacks separated the enemy. Our chance is coming closer. All we need is the latest report of the enemy. Master, here's the latest information about the enemy. Imagawa Yoshimoto is in the main unit. The main unit is resting on Okehazama Hill. They are having lunch. What's the size of the army? 5,000, sir. Good. Everyone, Let's not waste the death of a man. Our target is on the hill. The main unit of the enemy is not a giant anymore. This is going to be our showdown battle, everyone. Yoshimoto is there. Guys, get ready! Oda's army started to move swiftly and quietly. Looking at the view of the hill, Nobunaga whispered, he must be there. Imagawa Yoshimoto must be somewhere on the hill. Between the enemy and Nobunaga, there were some hills and woods. Our moves seem to be hidden by this geography, by these hills and woods, but are we really hidden? Has the enemy already detected us? Has the enemy already seen us coming? Who cares? I must do this. Thanks to the lives of soldiers and officers lost in earlier battles, I can be here. I must do this. I must pierce the enemy. Pierce deeply and sharply into the body of the giant snake resting on the hill. Yoshimoto, I am coming to you. I am coming to get you. About halfway toward the hill, soldiers felt something cold hitting their arms and legs. Oh, what is? Oh, rain. It's raining. Oh no, it's raining so hard. The air surrounding the soldiers cooled down suddenly when they looked up. The sky was so dark and gray. My goodness, it's pouring. It's downpour. What is this? Something hard is hitting the armors of the soldiers. This is not rain. What? Hail. It is hailing now. When Nobunaga tried to look at the hill, the view of the hill that he was able to see clearly 1 minute ago was hazed. It was completely covered in the foggy flow of the relentless rainy wind. I can't see the hill. I can't see the enemy. I can't see the enemy. That means the enemy can't see us either. Good. We are invisible. We are just like a ghost. The ghost that sneaks and approaches the target. Good. This rain is on our side. Nobunaga stopped for a while and looked at his men. Mori Yoshinari, Kawajiri Hidetaka, Shibata Katsuie, Hasegawa Kyosuke, Hayashi Hidesada, Sasa Narimasa, and the other major members and 2,000 soldiers who supported. They all looked Nobunaga in the eyes. They are ready to fight, ready to kill. Guys, go now. The soldiers got the unspoken message. The whole unit started to move. The unit, consisting of 2,000 soldiers, approached the hill where the enemy lay. Rain, rain, rain! Don't stop pouring until we get there! How is the situation? Everything is going just as we had planned, my master. All the major fortresses have already been destroyed. All the major commanders of the enemy have already been killed. All the small fortresses are under our severe attacks. They are on the verge of surrender. Where is Nobunaga? We haven't detected him yet. There's a small unit of the enemy in the west. I suppose he is in that unit. By the time this rain lets up, all the small fortresses will have been destroyed. As soon as we finish all of them, we will have the final large-scale attack in the west. Nobunaga will be finished soon. Any movements around this hill? No, my master. All quiet around the hill, except for this heavy rain. Besides, we are on the hill. Any minor attacks from the foot of the hill will be easily taken care of. Good. Imagawa Yoshimoto was sitting on the chair. He was relaxed and confident. He never would have imagined the major unit of the enemy was right under his nose. By the time Nobunaga reached the hill, the rain had just let up. Nobunaga looked at his men. His eyes signaled a dash. Without a single word, the officers and soldiers started dashing into the enemy. The whole army moved swiftly and straight in perfect order. They just penetrated deep into the center of the enemy. The enemy is here! Shouting of one Imagawa soldier stopped abruptly when an arrow pierced his neck. When everybody looked where the voice came from, men on dashing horses were only 10 meters away. Sparsely deployed Imagawa soldiers are easily swept away by the horses running at the lightning speed. Imagawa soldiers had no time to prepare for the battle. They had no choice but to run away from the attack that suddenly appeared from their side. It was so quick, they didn't even have time to grab their spears or bend their bows. One of the Oda's officers shouted, "The main unit of the enemy is here! Yoshimoto is so close!" In a matter of seconds, the long straight line of horses slid deep into the main unit of the Imagawa. Master, please get on the horse, get on the horse. One of the officers helped Yoshimoto get on the horse. The immediate defenders got together all around Yoshimoto. The group consisted of 300 members. The main officer protecting Yoshimoto was Ii Naomori. Everyone, just surround our master. Okay, are you ready now? Go in the east. Retreat in the east. Somebody, block the enemy. I will block the enemy, Mr. Ii. Oh, Mr. Matsui. Thank you very much. Our master will appreciate your defense. Don't worry, I will protect our master, Mr. Matsui. See you soon. I don't think I will ever see you again. I will be the target of the attack. Please protect our master, Mr. Ii. So long! 50 men on horses, along with Matsui Munenobu, dashed toward the enemy that was chasing Yoshimoto. They crashed. Crossing swords and spears stopped the flow of the enemy only for a few seconds. Matsui's men fought well, but their small number was no match for the 2,000 soldiers trying to get the target. They were easily swept away. Matsui Munenobu was miserably pierced and stabbed by the merciless attacks of the Oda's army. The Imagawas ran, the Oda's chased, the Imagawas ran, the Oda's chased. While the chase was going on, the number of soldiers protecting Yoshimoto got smaller and smaller. The thick wall of soldiers surrounding Yoshimoto got thinner and thinner. The faces of enemy soldiers chasing Yoshimoto got closer and closer to the target. All the enemy soldiers are gazing at Yoshimoto, the faces with sharp eyes aiming at their target. Yoshimoto is so close! Already, some of the Oda's officers were banging down their swords against the last fighters protecting Yoshimoto. One defender down, the next covered his loss. Another defender down, the next covered his loss. Already, there were only a few riders running along with Yoshimoto. Here's my target! Mounting on a horse, dashing in the wind, one of the chasers, Mori Yoshikatsu, stared at the back of Yoshimoto. His eyes are in focus. Yoshikatsu is getting closer to Yoshimoto, 5 meters away, 4 meters away, 3 meters away. I will get this guy! When he finally got right next to Yoshimoto, Yoshimoto glanced at the chaser, the look of a loser, the face of a runaway, ready to die, but still eager to fight. Yoshikatsu slashed at Yoshimoto. The sword hit his shoulder. Blood gushed. Yoshikatsu slashed again. Yoshimoto ducked and he tried to take out his sword. He lost balance. Now Yoshikatsu jumped. His body hit Yoshimoto's body. Both bodies fell on the ground, rolling twice or 3 times. The attacker stood up and ran toward Yoshimoto, who was lying on his face. He jumped on his back and he grabbed his chin. Groaning and panting, desperate Yoshimoto bit at Yoshikatsu's finger. Yoshikatsu's left middle finger was crushed between the teeth of Yoshimoto. Frantic Yoshikatsu felt no pain. He put his forehead on the back of Yoshimoto's head. He took out his dagger. He inserted the knife deep into the neck of Yoshimoto. Blood gushed. The Yoshimoto's teeth were still tightly grinding his finger. He finally bit off Yoshikatsu's finger. Yoshimoto died. We got him! We got him! Oda's soldiers shouted. The news spread. When the leader is down, there's no meaning staying and fighting. The whole army of the Imagawas started to retreat all at once, just like a huge tide, ebbing so quickly. The Oda's army has won the battle. Oda Nobunaga won this battle, but he had walked on thin ice. His victory would have been impossible without sacrifices of brave soldiers. His victory would have been impossible without luck if it hadn't rained. If Yoshimoto had been a little far away from Nobunaga, if Yoshimoto hadn't rested on the hill, he might not have won this battle. After this battle, Nobunaga became very careful. He learned a lesson. He never gambled. with carefully planned strategies, elaborate politics and revolutionary ideas, Oda Nobunaga kept winning until he almost unified Japan. If you are interested in the next episode of Oda Nobunaga, please wait for several months and come back to this event. As for today, let me finish the episode of the Battle of Okehazama. Thank you very much.